Guys, I am out on the Mississippi this morning. Found pretty good ice here. Probably 3 to 4 inches. Give it a shot here in the morning. It's not supposed to be very cloudy today, so I suspect the blight will be early if at all. I got a tree right here in the ice. I see it's leaning this way, so I drilled right there, hoping to be kind of around that tree. Got my new Radcliffe Ultimate Inline Rod. I'm going to try that today. I'm kind of new to this, but extend that out. It's telescoping, so you can compact it down to bring it in your rod case or whatever, and then extend it when you're ready to fish. Got a fish coming up to it already. Looks like a nice mark. There we go. Oh no. Fish one is on and off. Did not take long. Let's try that again. Just got a small tungsten jig. Real small. I'm not sure what size it is, but I'm just tipping it with a waxy. Very quiet out this morning. Sun's just coming up. There's not supposed to be much wind today at all. Hopefully we can put a few fish on the ice here. As you've seen, we're 0 for 1 so far. Comes one. Got that one. There we go. Nice bluegill. Good start. 8-incher, 8.5. Get him back. Great fish, so. Yeah, he didn't hesitate. He came right up in there and took it right away. That's all I'm using right there. I don't know what it's called, but it's just a small tungsten jig, not bright or anything. It's kind of natural looking. That was fun. My first fish on the long rod with that spring bobber on the end there. There's no doubt when he bit it. You don't have to read the rod or the line. I mean, you still can, but that spring bobber is super sensitive. It's going to tell you when they bite. These rods have different spring bobbers you can attach to them depending on how heavy of a jig you're using. I think I got it matched pretty good here today. That spring is sitting there nicely. So one of the things with this long rod is it can gets you away from the hole, so you're not right on top of the hole spooking fish on this thinner ice. You're able to keep the rod tip real close to the ice so you can eliminate any effects from the wind on your line as well. You don't have to be hunched over or anything. You can stand nice and straight and watch your graph. Ooh, here comes one racing up. Got him. Little guy. It's a little guy. So one nice thing about these long rods is you don't have to move your position. You can fish a couple different holes from the same position. So I just swung over to this hole for a minute. There we go. Got that one. Just had to let them take it a little bit. Got pretty big wax rings in these fish. Some of them aren't the biggest fish, obviously. Sometimes I just grab the end of that worm and then you gotta let them give it one more little clutch. There we go. Better one. And he wanted it. He came right up to the top and got it. That one charged it. There we go. Tugger. We got a tugger on there. Another nice little bluegill. Running small in here. It's alright. We're having a blast. Trying out this new Radcliffe Ultimate Inline. You can see where this is going to be a fun rod to fish with this year. Especially, this is like the perfect depth to be fishing in. We got like 4 or 5 feet of water. Just lift those fish right out of the hole, swing them in, take them off the hook. Hailed it. Switched over to plastic. These smaller gills were pulling off my wax worms at an alarming rate, and I was getting sick of hooking wax worms on, but looks like the plastics are going to work just fine, and we'll be able to fish more effectively, more efficiently by using plastics versus wax worms, because we won't be spending the time hooking on bait. Sometimes when those fish are just really picky, takes a wax worm to get them to bite, but today I think it'll be just fine with the plastics. A better one. Ooh, nice bluegill. That's more like it. There's a slab. That was fun. Beautiful fish. That's more like what we're looking for. Well, sometimes it pays to go to plastics, just in the fact that you're going to get bigger fish. It's working up and down this bank. Now I'm back at the original hole I started at. Got a little more depth here. I caught that one nice bluegill here earlier. Here comes a fish right away. Okay, so there's quite a few fish in here today, and they're biting. Running on the smaller side. I did catch 2 nice bluegills that if I was keeping fish I would have kept. They were big enough to fillet. So I think if a guy sat here and caught them and sorted them, you could get enough to eat here probably. Definitely don't need the wax worms today. Even the smaller fish are eating that plastic. Another one right on it. It's a little better. Oh yeah. Not huge. One of the cool new features on this rod is the reel they've added. It's a metal reel, and it's really nice quality reel, and it's got a drag on it, so you can set the drag. You get a bigger fish, you can play the bigger fish. It's really a nice reel. It's a step up, actually a couple steps up from the previous reels they used, which were just plastic HT reels for the inline rods. But this is really a nice setup. The reel has a ceramic guide in it, so your line doesn't get abraded as it runs up through the blank. All in all, just a super fun setup to fish with. I'm going to be using this throughout the season, and I'm just a newbie to long rod fishing, so I'm still kind of trying to figure it out a little bit, but I'm catching on pretty quick here, I think. It's a beautiful day. Sun is shining bright, no wind. It's supposed to be, I think, in the low 40s today, so it's not going to help make any ice for sure. There we go, nice bluegill. Kind of slowed down here a little bit. Sun's up in the sky now, shining on the ice. Fish are still biting, it's just I'm not seeing as many fish come in. That one came in and hit it though. So. Well guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. We had a nice little morning on the ice. Ice conditions are bad right now. We don't have a lot of good ice on the upper Mississippi River. There are some spots you can get out. As you see, I was just out. I had 3 to 4 inches of ice, but the options are really limited. So I was just happy to be out there and catching some fish. Caught a couple of nice fish and got to use that new long rod. Stick with me, we got more ice fishing coming up this season, a lot of outings, so we just got to be patient, and the ice will come. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you out on the ice.